SmackDown took place tonight in Glendale, Arizona, and the show is built around Bill Goldberg making an appearance, setting up his match in Saudi Arabia with Bray Wyatt, which is in 6 days at Super Showdown. This is the third Super Showdown already. Like Super Showdown, the first one happened in I think a year and a half ago, so they've already had 3 shows now. And we had a Goldberg video package, and the announcers the Sympathy of Destruction match. It's Braun Strowman and Elias against Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. That's the same match a couple years ago. Braun Strowman used a big base on Elias. That Sympathy of Destruction match on Raw a couple years ago. Usos come out to the ring. I don't care about this promo. The New Day come out, and Miz and Morris come out. Robert and Dolph Ziggler come out, turn into an 8-man tag. I don't give a fuck about this match. I don't give a fuck about anyone here. Morrison's been back. No one gives a shit about him. But Jay hit a super kick on Rude for the win. They go backstage, and Drew Gulak's there with Daniel Bryan, and he mentions the return of the PowerPoint presentation. He wants to show Daniel Bryan the holes in his game. He mentions Bryan's match with Heath Slater a few weeks ago, and they show Heath Slater there, and he yells at Daniel Bryan. He demands a rematch, and Bryan says okay, and he accepts Heath Slater's rematch, and Gulak and Slater say they have a lot of work to do. They recap the Otis and Mandy Rose romance from last week and a failed date, and they had Ziggler show up in the back. Tucker, last week when they had a whole thing with roses on the ground, Valentine's Day. In the back, Tucker approached Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. He's very mad at Mandy. He tells her how sad Otis is. And Mandy does not know about the text. Like, wait, I wasn't late. Who sent the text? Mandy doesn't know who sent the text. Once Tucker leaves, Sonya says, Sonya tells Tucker it wasn't the right time. And Mandy Rose points out that she went out with Dolph Ziggler because Otis didn't show up. Tucker said she texted Otis and she was running late, but Mandy Rose did not know what he was talking about. Sonya Deville acts confused. Tucker left, and the fans start chanting Otis at this point. Mandy Rose says she was looking forward to her date with Otis, and would have instead gone out with him. Sonya Deville, however, told her not to worry about it, and Ziggler's more of Rose's type of guy anyway, and the fans booed immensely when they heard that. Sonya Deville or Dolph Ziggler sent the text. I think it's Sonya Deville. I'm pretty sure it's Sonya Deville. I'm pretty sure. I think she wants to get... I don't think they're going to do a whole thing with her and Mandy and the lesbians or something like that, because she's getting Mandy set up with Dolph Ziggler. I think it's more of a situation where we're going to break up as a team, and she's angry that Mandy's dating this loser, this fat loser, that's what she thinks. Renee Young interviews Lacey Evans backstage. She points out that Lacey was a bully like Bayley and Sasha were. She said she calmed down people in that terms nasty. It's a term of endearment now. And she learned lessons from Bayley and Banks, and her next goal is to recover her loss from Bayley, become champion, and she's going to be in Elimination Chamber. So I guess they're doing 2 female Elimination Chamber matches. I guess no men's Elimination Chamber? I assume not. Well, there is a men's Elimination Chamber. There's Roman Reigns' match. And there's the women's. I guess there's 3 Elimination Chamber matches. Oh, God. Wow, okay. I assume probably Sasha wins, but I don't know what they're going to do. Strowman Elias against Nakamura and Cesaro. This is, of course, the Symphony of Destruction match. You have instruments all around the arena. The ringside area, you have a piano, you have bass, you have tables with drums, you have guitars, you have microphone stand, you have everything. So they have everything there. They had Elias and Strowman against Nakamura and Cesaro with Sami Zayn. And it starts off as a tag team match when, of course, they start using the weapons. Strowman crushes a drum over Cesaro's head. Sami Zayn uses a ukulele and he runs off. Strowman chased him around. They had a table spot. The heels get the upper advantage for a while. Strowman took over. He throws Cesaro through the downs table. Cesaro tries to hit Strowman with the guitar. Strowman chokes on the apron. And then the big spot was Cesaro Nakamura gives Strowman a double suplex onto a stand-up bass. And this is the same bass I think Strowman crushed Elias with a couple years ago, but they double suplex onto the bass, and the bass shatters into pieces. That was a cool spot. Nakamura tries to get the Kinshasa on the floor, but Elias moves, and Nakamura crashes into a giant gong. Then Elias picked up Cesaro on a table, climbs to the top. But Nakamura stops him. Cesaro grabs Nakamura, puts him on the announce table, and then they have a double spot. Cesaro has an elbow drop from the top onto Cesaro through the table is the big spot. The other spot was Strowman has Nakamura on a power slam position in the announce table. Instead of throwing him through the announce table, he goes off the announce table, he slams him onto the top of a piano. And it's like, bam! It looked brutal because that piano didn't break. It just looked painful as fuck for Nakamura, and Strowman pins Nakamura. And Strowman looked, he had a bad scrape on the back of his shoulder. I don't know where that happened, but it's pretty noticeable. But Strowman and Elias with the win, obviously. After that, who cares about this? They go back to that King Corbin Roman Reigns feud. Kayla Braxton interviews King Corbin in the back. I love seeing Kayla Braxton on my TV screen, but I don't care for Roman Reigns or for Baron Corbin or Roman Reigns. It's going to be a stupid cage match. I don't give a shit. And there's no way they're going to have as good of a cage match as the AEW match from this past week. Next, we go to the big segment that was hyped up, A Moment of Bliss with Alexa Bliss. Our goddess, Alexa Bliss, comes out looking great as always, and this is a special Hall of Fame edition of Moment of Bliss. She recaps the current names already inducted into the Hall of Fame, which are going to be Batista and the NWO, who they already announced. Alexa Bliss then announced the next inductees, the Bella Twins. She introduces Nikki and Brie. They're both excited to go into the Hall of Fame. They're grateful for the fans. They hug Alexa when they come out. They sit down. They start. Brie speaks. They say they're breaking barriers, and they point out Alexa's the first female talk show host in history. Then finally, they start to talk about their pregnancy and Nikki's engagement. And it was just a babyface segment overall. So that's how they're doing it. The Bella Twins. They just wanted to give them a big spot on TV. They're both pregnant. I think Bree's a week ahead. She looked bigger than Nikki, to be honest. But Nikki, of course, they're both wearing dresses, and Nikki, of course, has to wear her stupid hat over. It's like, oh, I look so stupid. I wonder if the fans are going to boo him. Probably not. The fans don't boo people at the Hall of Fame. But I don't know. At previous Hall of Fame, they've been booed. But we'll see how they act. But anyway, Daniel Bryan comes out. He hugs. He brings out his daughter, Birdie. Hugs Brie. Kisses her. Hugs Nikki. Goes to the ring, faces Heath Slater. Guess who wins this? Of course, Daniel Bryan beats Heath Slater. Quick match. In the back, we go backstage showing Mandy Rose. She's about to leave when Dolph Ziggler approaches her. Ziggler and Rose leave together. And I think, once again, Sonya Deville set this up probably. They showed Otis in the background watching, even though he was supposed to stay in this hotel room for the night. There was just a weird glitch on the TV. Maybe it's a symbol. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's, I don't know. What could it be? Not Bray. Some kind of symbol, but there's two glitches on the show. It's pretty noticeable. Maybe it's a glitch. Or maybe, I wish it was a symbol. It'd be pretty cool. Sheamus talks about beating Shorty G. And they show him backstage talking in the locker room. Shorty G talks with Cruz. He says bullying is becoming a significant problem, and they have to deal with Sheamus in a different way. And I said it's under bullying hoax, like that little kid Quaden. I don't know. Should have mentioned that. Anyway, number one contenders match, Naomi against Carmella. We know who's going to win. Naomi comes out. Carmella comes out later. Naomi wins. Neither of them are very good. It was an okay match. I think when you expect Naomi's not a bad wrestler. She's not great. Carmella's horrendous, but she's not as bad as she used to, I suppose, but she's still not good. It was what it was. It was a match that you just want to be over. You don't really care to see a match with Naomi and Carmella in the wrestling ring. That just does not work, but it was an okay match up here. Naomi eventually wins. Went on for a while, but she wins with the split leg. She wins with the split leg and moonsault, and she'll officially challenge Bayley at Super Showdown for the SmackDown Women's title, and there she'll probably lose. Goldberg promo. The fans start chanting Goldberg. He comes out. He gets a big reaction. They're chanting Goldberg very loudly. He says he's ready for Bray Wyatt, and of course the Firefly Funhouse immediately interrupts him. He says he's not playing around with stupid games, and then Wyatt introduced some of his friends, Ramblin' Rabbit. And Ramblin' Rabbit loves Goldberg, so Wyatt squashed him with a mallet. He said, one more person is dying to me. Goldberg, the lights went out, and it's The Fiend with a big smile on his face. And Goldberg immediately spears The Fiend. He takes down The Fiend. The Fiend's hurt. It backs into a corner. Goldberg goes for a second spear, but the lights go out, and when the lights come on, The Fiend is gone, and that's how SmackDown ends. So I thought it was okay. There's parts of it that were better than others, but I thought the show was okay, and continues to build for WrestleMania. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Of course, you have Super Showdown this Thursday, but the thing at Super Showdown, it does take away from WrestleMania build. That's why I don't like doing pay-per-views after the Rumble between WrestleMania, because you have the big WrestleMania start and everything is supposed to be for WrestleMania. You just have a show that no one really cares much about. But hey, they're going to make more money in Saudi Arabia than they're going to make at WrestleMania, so it is what it is, I guess.